Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever finished reading a book, closed it with a satisfied smile, and then a few days later, you realize you remember almost nothing from it? If that's you, don't worry, you're definitely not alone. Today's topic is one that every reader struggles with at some point. How do I remember what I read? So in this video, we'll explore why we forget, what we can do to retain more, and practical strategies that actually work. Let's dive in. Microphone # Why do we forget what we read? First, let's understand what's happening in our brain. Reading is easy. Remembering is hard. Why? We often read passively. We don't engage with the material, we just glide over words. There's no emotional connection. We remember what we feel, not just what we see. We don't revisit the ideas. One-time exposure to a concept isn't enough for long-term memory. Basically, our brain needs more effort to encode and recall information. And the good news is, there are simple ways to boost that memory. Read with intention. Before you even open the book, ask yourself, why am I reading this? What do I hope to learn or take away? When your brain knows why you're reading, it pays more attention. Intentional reading turns your mind into a magnet, it pulls in relevant ideas and filters out the noise. Take notes strategically. Note-taking isn't just for students. When you take notes, you translate passive reading into active learning. But don't write down everything. Instead, try summarizing in your own words, jotting down aha moments, writing questions or connections, highlighting quotes that resonate. Even just writing down one key takeaway per chapter can make a huge difference. Teach it to someone else. This might sound weird, but one of the best ways to remember what you read is to explain it to someone else. You don't need a classroom. Tell a friend, post a summary online, or just speak it out loud to yourself. Teaching forces your brain to organize and simplify. And when you teach, you also discover what you don't understand. Spaced repetition. Here's a nerdy but powerful concept, spaced repetition. It means reviewing the material multiple times over spaced intervals. Like this. Day 1, read the book. Day 3, review your notes. Day 7, summarize the key points. Day 14, reflect on how you've applied it. You're not just cramming, you're embedding it in your long-term memory. Apps like Anki or even just revisiting a reading journal can help here. Connect new ideas to old ones. Our brain remembers through associations. So if you can connect what you're reading to something you already know, it'll stick better. Ask yourself, what does this remind me of? How does this relate to what I read last month? Can I link this to a personal experience? The more links you create, the stronger the memory becomes. Apply what you read. Here's a big one, use it or lose it. If you read a book on productivity, try one of the techniques that very same day. If you read about relationships or habits, reflect and act. When you apply what you read, it moves from head knowledge to lived experience, and that's unforgettable. Don't rush, read slowly and deeply. Speed reading might help you finish books faster, but deep reading helps you actually remember them. Take your time. Pause to think. Reread important passages. Depth over speed, always. Create a system to store what you read. Build your own personal knowledge vault. This could be a physical reading journal, a Notion database, a digital Zettelkasten system, a folder of book summaries. Having one place where all your takeaways live makes it easier to revisit and reflect, and that builds memory over time. Don't be afraid to reread. Some books are worth reading twice. Or 3 times. Rereading with a new lens helps you see things you missed. And repetition deepens understanding. Don't treat rereading as failure, treat it as reinforcement. Reflect after you finish a book. When you turn the final page, don't just toss the book aside. Pause and ask, what were the 3 biggest ideas? What did I feel while reading? How will I use this in my life? Even a 5-minute reflection can make the lessons last. Closing thoughts. So, how do you remember what you read? It's simple, really. Read with purpose. Engage actively. Review intentionally. Apply meaningfully. Don't stress about remembering everything. Instead, focus on remembering what matters. Every book you read adds to who you are, even if you can't quote every line. So keep reading, keep growing, and most importantly, keep learning how to learn. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, share with a fellow reader, and let me know in the comments. What's your favorite way to remember what you read? Until next time, stay curious and keep turning those pages.